You do the meditation here?
It's my first time.
Hmm?
My first time.
All right.
Yeah.
Welcome.
My first time.
Okay, it's very good that you find some time to do the meditation. And here, as it is not just meditation, it is also getting together and knowing each other better and making each other more positive. This is how we should build the society. In this society, so much dissatisfaction and the difficulties arising. But all these, or some of these difficulties, dissatisfactions, are coming through not getting together, not knowing each other better. So, coming here and being with many people, this time and opportunity, you must try to make a positive circumstances, positive moment, and then we can generate peace and happiness. Until we become the enlightened being, we never be satisfied. We never be free from all difficulties. So we have to look for the enlightenment. Enlightenment means the Buddha's stage, Buddhahood, you say. But actually the enlightenment means the freedom of your mind. The mind does not become freedom because of having good food, or good clothes, or house, good car, etc. Mind becomes free through abandoning our negative emotion and negative actions. So when we do not have negative action, negative emotion, then all our activities becomes the positive. Our mind becomes complete, clever and intelligent. That is the Buddha. Buddha means intelligent, who knows how to solve all the problems, because he has solved his own problems. Now he does not have the problems, but he knew the ways to solve the problems. So now Buddha's duty is to benefit the sentient beings through his intelligence, through his experience. So if we wish to benefit or liberate all the sentient beings, then we must first become ourselves enlightened Buddha. There are many different levels of the enlightenment. Buddha's enlightenment is the complete one. As I said the other day, that enlightenment, there are 11 stages of enlightenment. The last one, 11th, is the Buddha stage. But if we achieve the first enlightenment, then that is a very great thing, because we can benefit a lot of sentient beings. We ourselves become freed from all the sufferings. But the difference between the Buddha and first level or second level or onwards, the enlightenment, that still there are many faults to be abandoned, to be washed out. So therefore our intelligence or wisdom is very limited. for Buddha, there is nothing to learn. He learned everything. So he knows every cause and conditions of the individual, every sentient being. So it is like a doctor. Through his diagnosis, he understood that what is the disease is. Then he knows what sort of medicine to give. So similarly, Buddha knows each and every sentient being, cause and conditions of our suffering. So then he knows how to solve. The best way of Buddha's, the most beneficial activity that Buddha does is the teaching. So through his teaching, he will teach us how to solve our individual problems, because he knows the ways. And then it is up to us to practice that. You could not completely rely on the Buddha, just praying to Buddha, and then thinking that I will get one day the enlightenment will shower. That is not right. Like a doctor and a patient. Doctor knows the sickness, doctor knows what medicine to be given. But then patient has to follow his advice. If the patient doesn't follow the advice, then our disease cannot be cured. So similarly, if we do not follow the Buddha's teaching, what Buddha advised, then we cannot cure this negative sickness. So therefore, to a Buddhist meditator, the first thing is to take refuge, and then trust in Buddha, pray to Buddha, and then practice his teachings, his advices. So one must have the proper faith in the Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. So faith, there are three different types of faiths. As usually, I'm not very sure the proper translation in English, but usually we say clear faith, desiring faith, and believing faith. So there are three faiths. The clear faith means clean, right? No doubt, no obscuration there. So knowing that Buddha's quality of wisdom, quality of his speech, quality of his form or body, then you must take refuge in the Buddha. So that believing in his quality is the first faith of clear faith. The second one is desiring faith. Then not enough to know that Buddha is full of qualities, Buddha is wonderful, but we must now desire ourselves for that qualities. So therefore our goal must be to achieve his qualities for us. In Buddhism, Buddha is not creator. Buddha is not our creator. Buddha is the teacher. Buddha is the one who can show us the right path. But whether you want to travel along that path is totally up to ourselves. So therefore, that we must desire, we must have an interest, not kind of what you call. Okay, we must desire for his qualities. I must achieve. I must be like Buddha, who has a quality of body, which means that he can manifest in many different forms, who has the quality of speech, that means who can teach. The ways, each and every problems that we have to solve, he can teach them. So this is his speech, quality of speech. And there are many other things, but I don't think that we have time to elaborate all these things. quality of mind means Buddha can see all the circumstances clearly. Usually we say, as we put arura fruit on our palm, that arura fruit we can see exactly how it is. There is no obscuration, right? So similarly, that Buddha could see everything in your mind, in your propensity, your obstacles. So he knows how to solve our problem. So we must try to get that quality. We have to be, so everybody can be Buddha. We are potential of Buddha. This is not because of Buddha's blessing, not because of something else. It is because we possess, though we are roaming around in this world, suffering a miserable world, but our mind possesses one beautiful quality, that our mind is potential to become Buddha. To become means to transform it into the wisdom. Because our mind is, the real mind, is the combination of luminosity and the emptiness. So emptiness word is not a simple thing. The word emptiness is a very wide meaning. So it is, Nagarjuna said, if you can accept the emptiness or idea of emptiness, you can accept everything. So usually people think emptiness means something that we have to give up, something that we have to throw away. No. Emptiness makes us positive to have in everything. If you have emptiness, if you meditate on emptiness, if you realize emptiness, you can change everything into anything. Which means emptiness does not mean non-existence. Emptiness means there is no inherent existence in everything. So since there is no inherent existence, anything can be changeable. So our mind now with the negative emotions. But this mind can be changed or transformed into the positive. We are thinking, you are looking at me and thinking that this is Lama Lekshey. That is not the mind, that is thought. It's called thought. That is temporary. When you leave this room, you may not see me. So you may not think my name. So that thought is not there. But this mind is always there, continuously. That mind we are talking, the Buddha nature, is talking. It's always there. It never goes. Even if we die, the mind, it will travel. Travel either to another life, another body, or maybe travel in what we call Pado state, intermediate state. Not finding that proper rebirth, so you are roaming around in this space. So, Christians, they say soul never dies. So Buddhists would say that mind never dies. But then soul is permanent, but mind is not permanent. So mind is not permanent does not mean that mind will finish one day. What it means is that continuation is there, but the momentary shape or aspect of mind is not permanent, changeable. Now you have thinking of me, that also related to your mind, the principal mind. But after that you will think something else is. So it is not permanently there. The continuation of that mind is there all the time. So we have to change this continuation of mind into the positive. Then that positive, right now our mind is caught up with the negative emotions. So it is doing negative things. We are accumulating the negative, cause for the negative results. But if you change this positive, then it will be always positive result. Create the positives, produce the positive results. So therefore, taking refuge in the Buddha, Dharma, Sangha is, for the Buddhist meditator, is very important. Dharma is his teaching. Actually, Dharma is his teaching. His teaching is the Dharma. Teaching not in the book, teaching in the book form, but the meaning. These books represent the Dharma because it holds the meaning of the Dharma, his teaching. Otherwise, real teaching is what it is said inside, the meaning. And that is the Dharma. And that is also the path. Because through practicing that teaching, we can reach the Buddhahood. So that is also our path. Sangha means, according to the Mahayana, Sangha means person who achieved at least first level of enlightenment. There is a ordained Sangha, or there is a lay Sangha. Sangha not necessarily have to be an ordained. You have to be Sangha inside developed, not physically wearing these sort of things and wearing that sort of things. Does not make any difference. If your inside is changed and positive, then that, so that these enlightened beings, they can be in the monk's form, they can be in the lay people's form. Like a Manjushri is in the lay people's, we say lay bodhisattva, because he dressed up as a lay, he has the ornaments, all these things. Then Buddha Shakyamuni is in the form of the ordained, wears robe and all these things. But they are all enlightened beings. And you can, once you become the enlightened person, you can come in any different forms. Don't necessarily have to come as a Rinpoche or Tulku nowadays, which is very famous. You can be in an ordinary form, ordinary lay, man and woman. Or you can come in an animal's form. But their main purpose is to benefit, not to show off. Whichever way is beneficial, they will come in that form. Sometimes they are even Buddhas are sometimes in the form of tree, in the form of bridge, in the form of boat. So, but then our ordinary sentient beings can also be called Sangha. Like that is also a monk, lay person who has taken the refuge vow, at least the refuge vow. There are many vows, but at least the refuge vow must have. Then that is the Sangha. Sangha in Tibetan means Gendin. So nowadays this name Gendin is used for only the monks. But the literal meaning of the Gendin means, Ge means virtues. Din means interested in doing virtuous deed. Everybody who is interested in doing virtuous deed is considered as a Gendin or Sangha, but must have a vow. Because vow makes your practice more effective. So then take refuge in the Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. So before you do the meditation, it is good to chant 3 times at least. If possible, then 5 times, 7 times, many times as possible. Then you, as a Mahayana, then observe a little bit on the compassion, loving kindness, and then bodhicitta. So, loving kindness is just then, after doing the refuge prayers, it is very important to relax whenever you do the practice. No need to rush it. I did the refuge prayer right after I need to go to the compassion and loving. You can relax if it is not comfortable for you. You can relax for a while, and then you can again start to meditate on the loving kindness and compassion. There is a sentences to read out. Tibetans usually, when they do the common practice, communal practice, then you recite that. But at the same time, when you recite those sentences, you must reflect the meaning of those. Otherwise, not necessary to recite also. You can just sit down and think. If you have time, you should also think that all the sentient beings are my mother. And then you can even remember the kindness. The present mother, how much she has loved you, how much she cared you, how much she sacrificed for one's well-being. You observe all those things. Then think that every sentient being has done the same thing as my present mother did to me. Because every sentient being, we have been mother to each other. Today there is a hate between the children and the parents. This is 21st century's mentality. But this is not the fact. Fact is that mothers has been kind to us. So is our father also. They may be sometimes not kind. So they are also the 21st parent, 21st century parent. So their mentality little bit changed. Otherwise, in reality, they have given so much love and kindness and saved us from many dangers and difficulties. So this we should not. We should remember what good they have done and should forget what bad they did to us. Then you can have a proper love. Otherwise, today we were thinking more what they did bad, but we don't remember what they did good. Then this problem comes. So have to be kind, okay, to your parents, and especially mother. It is said in Buddha that respect in the parents is so meritorious. Sure, there must be some reasons for Buddha to say this. Respect to your mother. There is a one sutra called confession of puja, confession of sin. Yeah, you can say sin in common word. Confession of sin. There is a one sutra. In that sutra, it is said, "I confess whatever disrespect I did to my mother, father, parent, my teacher." So it is very meritorious if you think about the Buddhism or Buddha's teaching. If you think about the 21st century's mentality, then this is different. So we have to change this world by going back to the earlier mentality, not advancing, creating more troubles. We have to go back to the thinking that in the past, whether you are in the East or West, wherever you are, all human beings, the love for the parent is very important. Today it is going away. Starting from West, then it's coming to the East. So that is bad change of this era. So we have to revive that thinking, that aspect. Then we can share the love and compassion in whole world. Today in whole world, more aggressive things are coming. Violence, destruction, terrorism, competition, jealousy. All this is because of not having love. So we at the end, we experience suffering, difficulty. We think that Syria, Iraq, or like that many countries, they have war, destructions. But we don't have in our country. There's no in India, no in UK, no in other many countries. We relax. But this is not the thing that we should relax. So we must, if we want to, so then we think that, okay, I'm in not trouble because there's no war in UK. I think if I think, there's no worry because in India there's no war, I relax. I should not relax. Still, though the actual destruction and war is going in their countries, but the difficulty and the problems everywhere. When you go through the airport, how many securities checkup you have to go? This is all effect. We should not be happy. We should not be, we should not forget what is happening in Syria and other countries. We should concern, we should think. There also not be a problem. There also not be a suffering. There also not be a destruction. We say, in the newspapers and in the news, TVs, they say, so many innocents are dying. Yes, it is true that so many innocents are dying. But we should not take that dying innocent a big deal and dying all others are not a big deal. All the sentient beings are same. So not wish that be it innocent or not innocent, not to be in suffering, not to be in the difficulties, not to be in the problems. Then we are really sharing the good love. Sharing love is not like sharing food. Literally you eat and give, you eat. No. Sharing love is taming your mind, your anger, your hatred. Then you can create a good atmosphere to your surroundings. Then you share the love, compassion. That's right? Otherwise, sharing love, compassion doesn't mean partners. that love and compassion sometimes create the problems. So that means anyway, if you can go that detail, that is very good. If you can't go that detail, just wish that may all sentient beings be free from sufferings, be with the happiness and the cause of the happiness. So be with the happiness means every happiness that you want. But happiness is also different happinesses. You kill your enemy, you feel happy. That's sort of not happiness. Happiness is harmless happiness. Happiness that cannot harm anybody, but keeps your mind and his mind peaceful. That sort of happiness we want. So, cause of the happiness is the Dharma practice. So you wish that may all sentient beings be the happiness. And the cause of the happiness means may all sentient beings be able to practice the Dharma. Be able to practice the compassion and loving kindness. Because through the compassion and loving kindness, they will gain happiness. Otherwise, there's no way. Then go to next. compassion. This one is loving kindness. Compassion is exactly the same, but the other way around. The other way around means this time wish that may all sentient beings, who are my mother sentient beings, be free from sufferings and cause of sufferings. So suffering in a severe way is exactly what is happening in those countries where the war is going. And generally speaking, that we have a suffering, that dissatisfaction is the suffering, not having a good relation with the partner, not having good relation with the parents, not having good relation with the friends, these are also suffering. And of course not finding a job is also suffering. Not being a good health is also suffering. So may all the beings be free from the suffering. And then cause of the suffering. Be free from the cause of the suffering. Cause of the suffering is negative action, negative emotion. So wishing that all sentient beings will have no negative emotion, negative action. May they always have positive emotion. Just wish. This is the wishing. Meditation on compassion, loving kindness is just wishing. But meditation means wish this again and again, sitting down and just stick your mind on that idea. You can spend on this loving kindness itself 5 minutes, 10 minutes every day, or even 1 hour, depending on your time and ability. You can spend on that itself alone. It's called meditation on compassion. Just go with this idea only. Think that idea again and again and again. Then gradually it will reduce your negative emotion. Then joy, the third one is joy. Joy is happiness. When you see someone experience the happiness, or someone got a happy moment, happy circumstances, good job, good result from the examination, or maybe good house, good car, whatever the people have, instead of feeling jealousy, instead of feeling unhappy, you must feel happy. So, if you feel happy, those circumstances become your Dharma practice. The other day I was teaching that how to transform our daily attitude into the Dharma. This is also one way. We can transform our daily action, even the negative action, we can transform into the virtuous action. So then we don't have to put much effort. Everything what we do becomes virtuous deed, and every day we have the virtuous deed. So we can quickly attain the enlightenment. But we can't do that. We don't do that because we don't put effort on. Okay? So even that person is your enemy. If your enemy got good position, you should not feel unhappy. You should rejoice. And that hearing that news, knowing that news transformed into the Dharma practice. Isn't that wonderful? You don't have to spend anything, any money, any penny for that to get that merit. And the fourth one is equanimity. Equanimity is we always have, you, me, we, they, this sort of thought, this sort of feeling, this sort of interaction. So that is discriminating. Through that discrimination comes, bias comes. So we must, so then we have a jealousy, we have a warm heart to the near ones. We have hatred to the far ones. Far ones means who are not related to you or who are one's enemy. So we always wish that good for somebody who you like, somebody who is close to you, but we do not wish good for anybody who is not close to us, and especially our enemies. Then that is not right. You are splitting your mother sentient beings. You must bring all the mother sentient beings together. So then you must wish that may all sentient beings remain equanimity. You know, equanimity doesn't make sense. No difference, no differentiation. Huh?
Equanimity.
Equanimity. That may all sentient beings be free from grasping or attachment and aversion. Yeah, aversion. So you must wish that way. And it is also good, isn't it? If everybody becomes like that, we are more comfortable. When I wish this, if everybody becomes that, I will be more comfortable. You know, everybody is then mine. You can say then everybody is mine. Otherwise, everybody is then not mine. So you should make everybody yours. Bring to you, to your heart. So wish this way. Then when this finished, then now you should start the actual meditation. So you must actually start actual meditation. Meditate the bodhicitta for the Mahayanas. Bodhicitta means wishing the enlightenment for the benefit of sentient beings. Then not only wishing, this is the first bodhicitta, the second bodhicitta is not only wishing for the happiness, I must actually start or must actually practice the Dharma for the benefit of sentient beings. That is the second bodhicitta. So that before you do the meditation, you think that I must attain the Buddhahood for the benefit of the sentient beings. For that reason, I am going to do this meditation. Then that is the proper bodhicitta. Then you start the meditation, whatever. So meditation, there are Shamata meditation, Vipassana meditations. So for the beginners, just go with the Shamata meditation. Shamata meditation is concentration meditation. Without the concentration, without gaining the mental stability, you can't start with any meditations. So the Shamata meditation or concentration meditation is mainly to gain the stability in your mind, which means your mind can stick on one point. So if you have this mental stability, then you can stick your mind on loving kindness as long as you wish, compassion as long as you wish. At the moment, we can't continuously stick our mind on it because we have no mental stability. So you have to make your mind, you must enable your mind to stick on one point, on one idea. So for that, there are many ways to do. Through the breath, through the object, and there are many other things, other ways to do. So object you can you put the object in front of you, maybe 6 feet away from you, and level to your eye level. Then you put object. Any object is okay. Any object that attracts your mind. Any object that attracts your mind. So usually the Sakyabhas, Lamde, we focus on the blue flower, because flower attracts mind. The color blue is good for the eyes. It will not harm your eyes, whereas other colors may harm the eye. So focus on that flower. Diameter, is it diameter? Diameter. Diameter, 3-inch diameter. About 3-inch diameter. Then, if there's a real flower, of course, any size will do. Real flower you put there. If you don't find the real flower, then you paint 4 petal flower. In the center, very dark, paint very dark. Then these 4 petals also in the center, dark, then light. Okay, as it is, the real flowers are like this here. Then you just concentrate on it. Just look at that flower. And you just think about that flower only. Thinking about that flower is nothing wrong this time. Because you are on that idea. Your mind has to go on one idea. So you just think about mind, about the flower. But that flower, clearly your mind must have a clear picture of that flower. Clear. And then just look at these. Sometimes in the center darkness of the flower. Sometimes around the petals. But don't go outside the petal. Just go and sit there like that. Keep the breath normal. So therefore, before you start this meditation, first you relax properly. Your breath in, out, make it normal. Not like during that you should not do meditation. Just keep it normal. So you just sit for a while like this, relax. Then the breath go it normal way. Then you meditate. Look at that. Or you can also focus on the Buddha statue. For other religious traditions, they usually advised Buddha's statue. But this blue flower is a special technique of Sakya. Lamde technique. Otherwise you can focus on the crystal ball. Look at the crystal ball. Just think about the reflection, think about the line, think about the clarity of these, or think about something there in the crystal, shape, design. There's some kind of colors usually in the crystal, right? Just you think about that. No other thoughts that come. Don't let other thoughts come. Or Buddha's statue, small statue, and just Buddha's face only. You just concentrate on the Buddha's face. Or there is a small on the top of the head, or you just concentrate on that top. Look at that. And just the main thing is here, just bring all your focus on that particular thing. Then you keep your mind relaxed. And in the beginning, it is not easy, difficult. Many thoughts will come. But that is, you should not be bothered. These thoughts are there already every time, but we did not realize. Only when we focus, then we realize. So that means you are focusing. It's good. More thoughts coming is nothing to worry. It is a good thing that you are a little bit going into the focusing. Its indication is that. So Then after that, dedicate the meditation. Whatever effort, whatever time I spend on this practice. And actually that doing the meditation, may all this transform into the cause, or may they all these be the cause for achieving enlightenment for me, for the benefit of sentient being, in order to benefit sentient being. When you think, you must think, of course, you must attain enlightenment. But that does not mean that you forget others. You cannot think that every sentient being attain the enlightenment. You think that I must achieve the enlightenment. Then your purpose should not be for your own sake. Your purpose should be that so that I can benefit the sentient being. Okay? That's it. Complete.